So I'm sure as you all know by yesterday's commentary, I took the PSAT today. And as I said, it is kind of like an exam, or it's kind of a big test that it's like a placement test basically. It places you based on your knowledge and your skills and just everything basically that you have to offer for certain colleges and stuff. It's like a college prep test. The PSAT was actually a college prep test for taking the SAT. As I said, I'll be taking in 11th and 12th grade year. And yeah, so this morning I actually took it, and let's see, I got in school around 8:20, and um, I believe the test started around 8:40 or so in the morning, obviously. But yeah, it started around that time, and from there, let's see what happened after that. Well, basically, how this test was laid out was, it literally took us like 30 minutes to write. We had to write down our names, our emails, our address, if we wanted to receive emails and flyers, our religion, the church that we go to, all this kind of stuff. Like, it just pretty much wanted to know everything about us, and I I wasn't that comfortable with it, but I mean, it's whatever. The American government already knows everything about us as it is, so I mean, tell them or not, they will already know about you, so it's not that big of a deal. And this is not a government test. I'm just saying the government probably has something to do with it because I don't like America's government. Anyways, that's for a completely different, you know, topic, a completely different commentary on a different day. But yes, so on this test, we literally had to fill out information probably 30 minutes long. It took out that long to fill out information about us and everything for them to know and kind of have an idea of where we belong on the testing chart or whatever, like where we would lay out on the chart. And after that, we actually did, I think, like 20 something questions of English, and we had 20 or 25 minutes to complete that. And basically what we had to do is we had the sentences and we had to structure them properly. We had to fill in words in blank parts of the sentences. And whenever I say fill in words, I mean these sentences were like crazy. Like, they were sentences that I would never hear anyone say in an ordinary life. Like ordinary conversation. Nobody would ever be talking like this. These sentences were just like very advanced, like very, I guess you could say, nerdy, but I understood a lot of them, got a lot of them right. And then after that 25 minutes, we had 25 minutes of mathematics, and basically it was all multiple choice. Most of this was multiple choice test. And after those 25 minutes of mathematics, um, I finished all these problems so far. I finished all my English ones, I finished all my math ones, and then all of a sudden, we get a break. We get like a few minute stretch break or whatever. We got to walk around the class, talk to each other and everything. We're not allowed to have our phones out or anything, obviously, because they'd consider it cheating. So we just stretched, talked to each other for a few minutes, and then goes the next set of English. And the next set of English is more difficult than the original. And sorry if you hear my phone vibrate there. But yeah, it was a little more difficult than the original, than the first one we had to do. And then after that, um, it was going smooth and everything. Then after that, we had the second section of mathematics. And here is where everything went downhill, basically. But in mathematics, the second section anyways, what we basically had to do was there was 10 questions that were multiple choice, and then 10 questions that were fill in the answer, fill in the blank, basically. Like, say, it was what's 8 minus 3? I had to put in 5, but I couldn't bubble it in. I couldn't, like, select a B or C, D, or, A, B, or C, or D, or E answer. I had to basically type in 5. And this wasn't on a computer or anything. I had to I had to write the number 5 and then bubble in the number 5 bubble. And, that got very boring and it got really aggravating fast. And especially whenever it came down to the final, 10 minutes of this part or whatever. And if you didn't know, this last part of math, we actually got 30 minutes, or no, we still got the same amount of time, my bad. And I think we actually may have gotten 5 minutes longer just because of there wasn't any multiple choice, but it was in fact very much difficult. a lot more difficult than the first one anyways. And I actually did not finish 3 in the alleged time we were given, and so I had to go on to the final section of English. And the final section of English was 30 minutes long, and it was more difficult than the first and the second one. And I think there was 30 or 40 questions in it. I don't know. It was pretty difficult, but it was also, it was boring, but I finished it pretty quickly. It was pretty easy. And then after that, I had about 10 minutes left in the final section to look over my answers and everything. So I was like, screw that. I'm not allowed to do this, so don't tell anyone if you're hearing this commentary. And if you're a teacher at my school, or if you're a principal at my school or something watching this commentary, you heard nothing. But basically, whenever you finish a section, you are not allowed to go back and work on the other ones. And I did the exact opposite because I ran out of time on the math, finished all my English, so I went back to the math, and I worked on the other 3 problems that I didn't do. And I was just wasting time because 2 of them I had no clue what they were, and I was just wasting time on those 2. So I worked on another one, and the final one I actually finally got the answer for, or whatever. But if you didn't know, you're allowed to have a calculator out during math, and during the English sections you have to put your calculator up. So basically I was doing a lot of these math problems without a calculator, and I had to do long division, and it was just a lot of, beating around the bush to get the same answer. And it was really, it was not the easy way out or anything. I had to work twice as hard to get the answer or whatever. And it was really difficult, really aggravating, but I only got one of the answers that I missed. And she actually did say if you get the questions wrong, you do not get points marked off. It's only if you get them right, you get a bonus points or whatever on those. So I figured I might as well do as many as I could. And I missed out on 2, but I did the other ones. I did 8 out of the 10 ones that you had to type in. And, it was a very boring day. I finished the test around 12 o'clock, so it wasn't that long of a test, but actually, no, maybe been 3 hours or something I was taking this test. I don't know. Like I said, it was a very long test. It was pretty aggravating, but I finished it. Probably scored in the 90th to 95th percentile, which means I scored higher than 90 to 95% of all high school students in America. I'm not sure, though. That's just what I'm guessing, because I will, in fact, get my results in December this year. And, hopefully whenever I get my results, I can look at them and it'll show me I did actually really well. I hope I did really well. I think I did, but I can't guarantee it. And, yeah. So I don't really have a whole lot else to talk about today in this commentary. Let me know if you guys like this kind of style of commentary, where I talk over the video, if you like my cut commentary style, or if you like, a good gameplay in the background, music, or, something like that. Whatever you like me doing, let me know. I'll also do some more vlogs. I have a pretty interesting video planned for tomorrow. And, yeah, guys, that's about it. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you on the next one.